Exactly, yes. BlossoM today against Feliz, very dominant, but still against Miracle. It's about to unfold. I'm very excited actually for this matchup.
Before Eastern Clash, everyone was saying like for sure that, like absolutely without a shred of doubt, that BlossoM is the stronger team.
Yes.
And they beat Miracle in regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that BlossoM and today's BlossoM are two different teams. I mean, they have the same rosters, but their skill level and their form at the moment is not what it used to be.
And exactly the opposite for Miracle. They have actually boosted themselves up into another level by defeating Genji twice, Ballistics. I think back-to-back must be a little tiring, but they got that kind of a quick 3-0, I would say, against Feliz. It shouldn't be too much of a stress. Wiz was just passing by saying, oh, games are so hard. Say, what do you have to complain? That was a 3-0. Like, oh, the next match is not going to be an easy one, or unlike the first one. That's what he said.
It's going to be very different. It is absolutely true. Remember, we talked about how in the 3 best-of-5s we're going to see this weekend, the skill gap was by far the widest for the previous one. And this time they're on the lower end. They have had a winning record against Miracle for the entirety of this year, last year as well. Towards the end of things, like not for the beginning of last year, but the end of last year. So it's crazy to see that the tables have turned, and Miracle, the one remaining member, Sniper, of Miracle, who was on the original roster, is still here, still has such a big impact on the team, but he's not even the shot caller. He's not the drafter. He's just the guy who fits in the slot, man. He is the ultimate flex player.
Yes.
Like, Sniper is, in the world, I think, the ultimate flex player. The best flex.
Much better than Modern Life. What Modern Life is able to do for BlossoM, and Nachogen fits perfectly in that solo lane. Like, well, that depends. Braxis is open, okay.
Sniper has never been this close to qualifying for BlizzCon since he was on DK when he won in 2015. So 3 years later, he has to win this series and one more, and he'll have a second chance at BlizzCon. Isn't that crazy to think, like, that it's been 3 years since he's been this close? He's been playing the game for this long, and now he's found himself a new roster that can rival the old TNL team. And what a story. I mean, to see Miracle's rise through Part 2, not even Part 1, Part 2 only, they've made such improvements that now we say that they're the underdogs. BlossoM are the underdogs against Miracle.
Partially the help of the Thrall meta has boosted them up greatly in that series, especially against Genji, who was actually willing to give up a lot of Thralls. BlossoM did show their Thralls. The final game against Feliz, I think they do want to even think about that ban. It is Spider. Thrall can have a big impact on the solo lane. Maybe not as much in the wave clear, but the impact that he can make during the team fight is what makes him really powerful.
Yeah. We've seen the priority of Tyrande and Phoenix from BlossoM on this map. They will have second rotation again. This is their map pick, just like it was in the previous series. The first ban over to Miracle, meaning they have to think about that second set very closely. If Miracle just goes down a more traditional path here and takes the Tyrande, they will not have that opportunity that they had previously. So maybe BlossoM just bans the Tyrande here and goes in a different path. Nope, they'll ban the Phoenix rather, in fact. You know, Phoenix has been super impactful heroes. Wave clear is amazing for this map. But now they can't get that stun comp they used against Feliz on this map.
Maybe they don't really care about that too much because they've always got the Raynor Deckard that has been the real duo for them.
Yeah.
Not just on this map. When they ban Phoenix, Raynor seems to be the one to go for BlossoM.
Well, Diablo's open, so I think they're just going to take Medivh Diablo here, it looks like, since the Medivh lock-in.
Or Zul.
Well, we'll see the Raynor first. Zul is definitely a possibility with this.
With the Medivh.
He becomes so unkillable.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That just has been the pair with Irel, Medivh, one of the DPS, Zul, and a support.
The problem with leaving Diablo open like this now is now you've given Miracle Tyrande Diablo. And that is absolutely terrifying. They take the Hanzo for more wave clear and extra damage. I think this has to be the Diablo, yeah. So this is the pairing that Feliz refused to take when they had the chance to. when they took Muradin instead. And now we're going to show you guys, Miracle will show you guys the power of this combination of Tyrande and a tank that can siege forward, stun, line those up.
Yes, and that's the reason why they banned Phoenix in a way, because to remove that synergy with Phoenix, Diablo potentially, but Miracle's got that Zeratul play that could come out as well.
Yrel would have been great with this too, so that's a smart ban here.
And
they banned the Zul?
Yes, it was coming. I know about it. O-Prime knows about it.
We all
Everyone
know about
knows
this.
about
like,
it.
it's very predictable. It would have been crazy to see this. Like, if you look to see this draft 2 months ago, everyone loses their minds about this. Like, did he misclick? But in today's world, like, now guess what? You've lost Zul and Diablo. That's why you have to Medivh Diablo, I think, and leave the Raynor. What is Medivh's purpose in this draft now? Like, what is... He can delay turn-ins, and that's about it.
There's no Garrosh, and Honkano was saying that no one's gonna let me play Stitches anymore, but now it actually becomes a chance with that Portal play, with that Gorge. Not a bad choice, actually, having an Entomb, but Raynor as a main DPS source against Diablo, that's going to be a tough wall to break through.
Malthael is going to be great in that matchup against the Yorick. The burst damage is real. And Junkrat, for all the reasons we mentioned in the previous series, fantastic on this map. Now we're looking for Honkano's pick. And, you know, he would have loved to play Zul here. But it's banned. It's predictable.
He's smiling. Stitches, see? Exactly. So they turn aside, go to plan B without that Zul.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. That is exactly what this is. I don't think I could have put the words better myself. This is straight up a plan B.
Yeah, plan B, which is not too bad, I would say. It actually fits the map. But Raynor, only source of damage, if they're able to actually get away from that Gorge. So we need, first of all, good hooks from Honkano this game.
It's going to be tough. He had some fantastic hooks in the late game with Fishing Hook on Volskaya just moments ago. But you better hope, I think, if you're BlossoM, that they get the first Web Weaver push. Because if they do not, they will lose their walls. Gorge, Medivh, no longer really a threat, no longer really that terrifying. I mean, you could still get kills with it, but it's not impossible. But the Medivh pick had 2 main heroes they wanted. They wanted either the Zul or the Diablo. They thought, Miracle will never see through our pick here, we'll get the Zul. But they banned it. And so they get neither Zul nor Diablo, and now they have to pick Stitches, which can work, but it's just so risky.
So this is a very interesting comp of both. Miracle, they have the rotational power just by on the mount. But with the Portal, BlossoM can create escapes and also make their own chances. They don't have too much of an instant route, but Deckard can turn that around. So BlossoM needs to make that surprise move coming in from the beginning of the game in order to take what you said, the first gem turned it.
Yeah. So, I mean, look at how careful Miracle is set up now. They're hoping that Honkano makes a mistake and then get a kill, like we saw earlier. But Honkano is playing way safer this time. They already learned from their mistakes on Volskaya, with the Junkrat on the other side, with Honkano lacking escapes. That, you know, probably not the best, especially against a Diablo here. Probably not the best to be hasty here. Just play it safe, collect gems, look for the delays, which Medivh can make it very easy to get that first turn because he can delay enemy turn-ins so well, so consistently.
That's what we have. As snipers, Junkrat is not the most common hero that he plays.
Okay, Judy, not have a lot of souls yet. Gets hooked. He's going to use the charge, though, but the Protect is so good, and he gets out on the portal. Gondar.
Nice.
Well played here.
Because of that, Judy's also alive.
Yeah, that was a just mechanical showcasing on both sides there. It's already shaping up to be a way better series than our previous one, am I right?
Yeah. Well, the other Junkrat already has died into this moment of the game. But this time it is a different game.
So, BlossoM just going to, again, collect gems, look for turn-ins. That exchange gave them the gem advantage. And a slight minion advantage with it. That's why they have that tiny, tiny experience lead, as you can see on the top of the screen. But the trade-off is this night camp. So if they can clear this very quickly, they'll be in a good spot. Ooh, nice mine on the Modern Life. He's going to have to portal, but he gets pushed away. Cannot get into the portal. That was so close. If that Lunar Flare is 1 second earlier, different story.
Judy's got a good engage of bringing someone off the portal. That's not the only tool. If Sniper's mine is right on top of the portal before he goes in, that was going to be a kill.
Oh, hook on the Frankel.
He has a wall.
Yeah, but the portal's for the chase. That's it. Sniped. Can they get Nitrogen out of here? I think so.
Just at the time where Junkrat was actually away from the team fight. So one less tool to actually make them disengage.
Yeah. Well, this top push, slightly annoying to BlossoM. That's the trade-off because, yeah, Junkrat was up there, as you say. But BlossoM just, like, I cannot stress enough how much that first turn means for this comp. And they are very quickly on the way to getting it. Judy gets hooked. He's totally fine, but still, nice damage done.
In terms of percentage on Donkono's hooks, this game, a pretty nice start.
Yeah, he's only missed like one. It's been pretty accurate otherwise. And Modern Life's Medivh is killing it to follow up. Okay, here's a root follow up for a hook potentially. Not gonna actually commit. Places it in the middle. Miracle ends up winning this trade. Remember, Merryday is the former teammate of a lot of these guys on Miracle. Oh, Sniper! Sister teammate, I should say. Another kill for BlossoM as they are looking to have that turn in. They have enough gems now. So do Miracle, but again, it's the Medivh factor. Like, every time you try to delay, you're going to be trading against giving free stacks of Master's Touch.
And it's quite the opposite when Miracle wants to turn in. They will always be harassed by that portal. So they don't get the full turn in. They still have 33 in their hands. It's enough to get a first set of Web Weavers. But that kill actually was not too significant. They were able to delay a lot of the gems being turned in.
Ooh, Nitrogen caught here, but Modern Life gets stunned. Where's that portal? He needs it. There it is. Oh, but he's going to bleed out. Before he can mount, he bleeds out. That's the end of his Master's Touch stacks. He's going to have to start over from 0. Such a significant kill here for Miracle. And finally, the Lunar Flare connects. There's been 3 big attempts from Miracle, and this is the one that really hits home. This is the one that prevents him from portaling. And he's so frustrated, he hasn't even locked in his 7 talent yet.
Oh, the cube does not hit. Just out of range. Judy makes a great engage. He knows every single...
Wiz is going to die too? Almost. Oh! There's a Lunar Flare. Stacks complete here for Judy. Meanwhile, this is not good. That one kill for Miracle gets on the Web Weavers. It denies the first Web Weaver push that BlossoM so desperately needed with this composition.
And it happens to be Medivh. So Judy picked on the right target, having the perfect wall there.
And when Medivh is dead, he cannot delay these turn-ins, so Miracle gets the turn-ins in. And it's all just... It happens in one Lunar Flare. That's all you need.
Their post-10 Kidnap comp is already weaker by this first Web Weaver. Let's see how effective they actually make this one as. Trying to delay, focusing on the Frankel just over the wall, but not enough.
Okay, nice engage here by BlossoM. But
that's got to be stopped. Frankel should know that the portals are coming. It should be nowhere near all the comp of BlossoM.
Yeah, that was a bit over the line. Well, that's going to hurt this push, but it's still pretty significant. And he'll be respawned before these are cleared, so he can, you know, at least attempt to get the double turn in. But because of that kill, the other kills, and the fact that none of these walls go down, not even a single cannon tower, I believe, BlossoM's actually still ahead in experience. Like, they're actually closer to 10, so they're still in a good spot.
Yeah, they have 100. All they need is 5 more for the next back-to-back turn-in. When they have 1, they can actually bring a lot more.
Modern Life is actually so frustrated. You can tell by how he lost half his health bar to try to get 3 stacks, and he only got 1. Like, he's so mad right now, you know it.
And Judy's maxed out souls.
Yeah.
And Medivh cannot deal with Diablo too well against him alone. And even Gondar as a Rainer, when maxed out soul Diablo late game, unless Gondar is able to defeat 40 basic attack damage to Diablo, he's not gonna win.
So, I mean, remember that BlossoM, the key was to get 10 first. That's why we were saying they needed to get the first web weaver push. But because they trade up in kills and prevented the push from doing anything, they didn't actually need that specifically. This web weaver push is just as fine because they get 10 first, they get the Gorge, and everything that they planned on doing can now be executed once again.
They have it
roll this
within
game
2.
forward.
Oh, Judy throwing away from the portal, nicely done. Hanzo just having the assassin move away from the wall, just knowing that he will be gorged. He will be the first target every single time.
Well, this is still, you know, absolutely fine for BlossoM. They are very fine with this push. And they still have their cannon towers up. Uh oh, Honkono getting caught though. That's not fine. He's gonna have to be healed. He has to use. They have to use this ley line, but he's got the Gorge. Nitrogen will go down to that.
As long as they can trade
Protect
with Honkono, they can
off.
continue.
Yeah. And Miracle has more. Like, this trade is a huge one in favor of Miracle.
Because with the web weaver, BlossoM was not able to do as much as what they wanted to do. The combo literally failed big time. Good predicted move by Miracle to start off. They were trying to rotate up top, try to catch Junkrat, which didn't happen. Good move by Sniper there.
Okay, this needs to be interrupted by Miracle.
They still have 70.
Yeah, because they've been winning all these trades, and they have, you know, been able to clear these so safely. And for Miracle, it'd be disastrous if that snowball that we were talking about happens for BlossoM. Even went all the way in with this with the Lornado. So Miracle, all they need to do is stabilize here. Easier said than done, but if they can get a single kill, then this game is then in their hands.
Judy and Sniper holding in more than about 55 despite those two.
Who is? Okay. Does get that turn in. The Owl does not connect.
It is not the same as Towers of Doom. Judy gets it once again. There's the...
Okay, Arrow's out here, but the portal's already set.
Yeah, that's going to be... Soul's gone. And
they kill Judy with the Gorge. So well played. So well played by BlossoM. Where was this team in our first best of 5? Wow. The portal pre-placed.
Trusting Honkono.
And also the ley line just to make sure that this goes their way. They get the double back-to-back turn-in. And BlossoM still, as long as they can continue to do this, and this one should get at least a fort, they have, this game is in their hands. They have full grips on it. So, Modern Life is playing the game of his life on the Medivh. Sure, he died earlier, and he's been playing a little bit greedy, trying to catch up to get his Master's Touch stacks. But in terms of the big plays and the impactful portals, he has really just changed the scope of this game. And I was doubtful about what they would be able to do with this Medivh pick when they didn't get Zul, when they didn't pick Diablo. But I've been proven wrong. Ooh. Again, alone is Nitrogen. He's gorged, and he's going to get blown up. There's no way out of this one, I'm afraid. Uh-oh, Miracle. They're in some serious trouble.
APOC, in this case, is not really the biggest help. Can stun, but I think slow was a better... Well, they had the portal anyhow, so trying to cut off Modern would be the best thing. But Modern has been a really good Medivh. Best Medivh is the annoying Medivh.
Yeah. But he's just done... He's done everything he needed to do. It was a really good Lunar Flare earlier by Blue Beetle to prevent him from portaling. That's when he lost his stacks. So it wasn't even his mistake. It was actually just really good counterplay by Blue Beetle. But beyond that, like, he's done everything he needs to do every time. Look at this Entomb, too. Judy's in no man's land. He does get away, which is huge, but the rest of his team might not be so lucky. Gorge onto Junkrat here. They're trying to use the arrow to turn this around. Sniper gets out, and it's actually a trade. Can they get more? Judy, he cannot lose his souls right now. That would be massive, but he does. He goes down. In fact, he didn't even have those at the moment. So that's also further questionable, but this is going to be another web weaver turn in for BlossoM, it looks like.
They have a really good counterpunch. But the follow-up, oh, if they get a kill onto Wiz, that's just enough. A lot of gems dropped. Picked up by Honkono.
He should have E'd earlier. Should have Wraith walked earlier. now the portal chase is on. Nachogen is going to get taken out here.
26!
Frankel's dead. I think Miracle has just lost this game. Wow.
That was a big snowball moment.
I mean, the Medivh allows these plays. You're running into the boss pit because you know running to the right isn't going to give you anything when the Medivh's got a portal. He can place that far. And that's the third back-to-back Webweaver push for BlossoM now. All the gems lost. Miracle has nothing they could do in this game now. Nothing, and they don't have 16. BlossoM will probably not win with this Webweaver push, but they might. But even if Miracle survives, they've got no leg to stand. They're going to walk away from this defensively with almost no gems because they can't even pick them up. They can't kill minions in safe range to pick up gems right now. They're holding 5. 9, I guess, total.
The best move, of course, is to drop all the gems from BlossoM and pick that up. And then start going somewhere fresh. With the Webweaver, their first mission is to keep the keep here. But the amount of pressure from that Medivh in the air, it's quite annoying there's that early Riptire because of that. Focusing on taking Stitches. No one picked up by that portal.
Ooh, nice hook though. He actually doesn't even need the Gorge this time. That would have actually just prolonged Nachogen's life, so that's still available for the next hook. And they're just playing it safe. They know that they can force this keep down to get another kill. They're just going to go for the bottom wall. They're looking for 20 more than anything else with this, that closer advantage. Okay, Judy dodges the hook. Nice passing there to make sure that did not connect. That was actually pretty unpredictable movement there. Leyline not the biggest impact here, but they're just looking for an aggressive pick. APOC here, and the grenade anti-synergy. He gets away without a stun. Okay, Judy's Gorge now. They commit.
No portal this time, no arrows.
Oh, look at that Entomb! They cannot come over to peel for him!
Nice zoning by Wiz. Smart play there.
Blue Beetle is going to go down here, it looks like. Gets killed by the Q there from Medivh. And they might actually be able to make those keeps a reality here. They might actually be able to push those down. There's no minion wave. But with 2 dead, I mean, they could just stay here, basically. And Miracle suddenly finds themselves in such a bad spot. Wow. This is a just absolutely brilliant game from Modern Life. He is playing so well. And Onkono is playing a better Stitches than we just saw previously.
Much, much better. All those hooks, even on the Judy, as long as he knows that he brings 1 target. He knows that he's going to get a better trade every single time. Trusting into Modern's Medivh, which he played not too many times, but just enough few times that the team actually can coordinate perfectly with him. This is a scary comp.
Yeah. Well, the game isn't over yet, but Miracle, again, gem problem we were talking about earlier. They're still not, they don't have enough for another turn in. At least in this window of time, BlossoM can't turn in, and they don't have a talent tier advantage. But Miracle's like even farming gems right now is a risky endeavor. So they have to just be really passive and careful. That's why the boss play is actually correct here. Because this is where you can force the good fight. The Owl scouts this, and they're heading up.
They have Leyline too, so they have lots of tools to delay. They're actually calling them.
Honkono's just looking for a hook.
That's maxed out.
Now they have to let this go. They can't take it anymore, though. Nice Owl from Blue Beetle, though, to scout that out.
Well, that was the only place. All the camps are taken already, so they had the right move, not going in for the bait, just checking, throwing. They have a lot of pokes. And they do have Starfall and APOC, so they can stand some chance, but the big level gap is the difference here. Okay, Judy's going in.
They're just trying to bait someone to get hooked, but he dodges the hook, but now he's slowed and gorged. So and then they just portal out, and they're like, gotcha. Next level plays here. Judy's got heal deny on him, but he actually walks away. APOC defensively.
APOC, which was not required at that moment. So let's see what it cost them.
Okay, look at that setup with a Lunar Flare right there out of the portal. They get away. Really good plays on both sides here, but now everyone's low, and the hook's going to connect. They don't have Gorge, but they're ley-lined, and that means they're stuck here. Hyperion's out. Everybody's just way too low. There's no way to mount. That's the first kill. There's a double. Judy entombed and silenced because it's 20. And that's going to be 3 kills here, and all of the Diablo stacks lost. Blue Beetle is just trying to delay this, but it looks like that's just going to be game over. BlossoM with the upset win here in game 1. Throw predictions and expectations out of the water. Forget about the first series. Because this is a new BlossoM than what we just saw earlier tonight. They are on fire.
Seems like their plan B actually works better than the Zul main tank. There's a bottom camp already onto the core. They have all 5 men. Diablo alone can't do a thing here. As you can just watch the core goes down in Stitch's belly.
Yep, it's not a good view. It's going to keep his KDA up a little bit higher, but that's all he's going to do by escaping here. And that's game 1. Over to Team BlossoM. Very clean. Very, very clean. We've got ourselves a series on our hands, I think, here now, after that first game. The Zul ban was so smart by Miracle. They had, I think, what everyone would agree to be the better draft, the safer draft. But Modern Life's Medivh, despite an early death, despite late finishing of his Master's Touch, that's his only death this game, and he played a brilliant Medivh. It was a treat to watch.
And Gondar's DPS, we thought it was going to be very hard for him to actually catch hold of Diablo, but when they have him alone, can have 5 men focusing on him alone. When you have Decker, the Emerald hits, less healing.